Hi guys, I'm Chef Shreeya from Sushi and More Mumbai, India. My forte is Japanese food and today I'm going to show you how to make Japanese style sweet and sour with tofu. The same recipe can be used to make with chicken or fish. So in order to know more, let's start with the ingredients first. Firstly, I'm going to use tofu. This is half a block of tofu measuring between 100 to 150 grams. The next thing I'm going to use is tempura flour. Tempura flour is a mixture, is readily available in the market, or in order to make tempura flour at home, you need to mix about 2 parts of refined flour, 1 part of rice flour and 1 part of corn flour. I'm using a cup of colored vegetables, mostly bell peppers and broccoli. Next, I'm using rice vinegar. Now, rice vinegar, if you don't get, you can use green vinegar or malt vinegar, but please avoid using white synthetic vinegar. This is about 2.5 tablespoons. Next, I'm using castor sugar. This is about 1 tablespoon and about 1.5 tablespoons of Japanese dark soy sauce. In order to marinate the tofu, I'm going to use salt and pepper with some oil. And lastly, for garnish, I'm going to use some white sesame seeds which are roasted, some Japanese flavored chilli powder and some spring onions. So in order to make the Japanese style sweet and sour tofu, firstly we need to make the sweet and sour sauce, for which I'm going to use the rice vinegar, a tablespoon of sugar and 1.5 tablespoons of soy sauce, and I'm going to get it to a boil. While that's happening, I'm going to make a marinade for the tofu. So basically some oil, you can use any regular oil or olive oil if you feel like. A little bit of salt. Because it's soy and vinegar, it cooks pretty fast. So make sure you don't burn the sauce. Some pepper. Just mix everything up. So once this has come to a boil, just switch it off. I need some oil for frying the tofu, so I'll put that on. Next thing is I'm going to cut the tofu. So this is half a block, as I said. I'm going to cut it into squares. Cut that into 3. Now this is silken tofu. If you find it difficult to handle silken tofu, just pop it inside the microwave for about 30 seconds to 40 seconds and it will be a little firm. Or you can just put it in between 2 chopping boards or 2 plates and put some weight on top. Put it at slight angle so that the water comes out, right? So just marinate the tofu. Tofu is slightly bland, that's why. When you're using chicken or fish, after you marinate, you need to pass it through a little bit of egg and then finally coat it with the tempura flour. The egg gives it a nice coat, plus it prevents the chicken from drying. For tofu, there's enough moisture in the tofu to actually keep it moist, and the cooking time is also very less. So I'm going to dust the marinated tofu in the tempura flour. But never coat and keep tofu or any other ingredient for too long, because there's enough moisture in the ingredient that will make the coating soggy. Just also while frying, don't overcrowd the pan. The temperature of the oil comes down instantly and your whole product gets soggy. People who are health conscious can use rice flour as well instead of using tempura flour and avoid the refined flour. As far as the oil goes, you can kind of put it on a pan with very little oil and make a crispy coating from all 4 sides. See, I would be needing a color which is similar to this, slight golden brown. For chicken or fish, you still have an option of stir frying, but when it comes to silken tofu, you can't really stir fry because it's too delicate to handle. If you want, you can use some other kind of protein. You can substitute tofu with paneer. Paneer is still better when it comes to stir frying, or you can use even soy nuggets. It's nice and crisp. You can touch it and confirm the doneness. Take it out on a kitchen towel. So the next step is to combine all these ingredients. So I take a fresh pan and add some oil to it. It's about 1.5 teaspoons of oil. I'm going to saute my vegetables first. As I said, I'm using some colored bell peppers and some broccoli. You can blanch the broccoli to hasten the process. If you see that there are different kind of shapes, the tofu is square. I've cut the bell peppers into triangles and the broccoli are small florets. So overall, it gives a very pretty look. See, the moment the broccoli starts cooking, it gets this bright green color. Even when it comes to blanching, it follows the same rule. I'll toss in all the bell peppers. Just season lightly with salt, especially the vegetables, and a little pepper. I'm going to add in the tofu. It's looking so colorful already. Alright, and the last thing I'm going to add in is the sauce, sweet and sour sauce that I just made. Is that enough? So that you can just coat all the ingredients in it. So the actual final assembling doesn't take time at all. Because of the sugar, the sauce will thicken instantly, and because I'm stir frying it in a large pan, the sauce evaporates quickly as well. Switch it off and it's ready to plate. I'm going to plate it right away here. Finally, I'm going to just garnish it with some roasted white sesame seeds, Japanese chilli powder, and just chop up some spring onions. So our tofu dish is ready, the Japanese style sweet and sour tofu. If you like this recipe, do subscribe to India Food Network. For any queries, comments, or if you have any suggestions, or if you want me to make any other recipe in Japanese food in particular, do write in. I'll be most happy to assist. Arigatou gozaimasu.